We are standing on the precipice of change, a change that will redefine what it means to be human. Artificial intelligence won't just be a tool, it might become another form of life, rewriting our very biology. Overwhelmed by progress and hype, join us as we explore an uncertain, thrilling future. At its core, what we are witnessing isn't just an upgrade. It's a true intellectual revolution powered by artificial general intelligence. Unlike specialized tools, this new breed of AI promises cognitive capabilities that mimic or even exceed parts of human ingenuity, impacting everything from corporate labor markets to the quiet corner of novel creation. Suddenly, tasks once thought uniquely human, like drafting complex legal arguments or composing symphony movements, are becoming feasible for algorithms in minutes. This challenges nearly every old paradigm we built our economies on, forcing us to redefine the very concept of work. We're moving swiftly past simple automation and into deep augmentation. Think about it. By 2030, generative models are anticipated not just to assist scientists with drug discovery, but potentially to design entire experimental protocols from raw data. The implications for fields like medicine or climate modeling are staggering. This isn't a technological shift we can simply manage. It demands an overhaul of human education, economic infrastructure, and perhaps even our self-identity. The only certainty is that the definition of genius itself is about to be rewritten by machine intelligence. Imagine a future where the limitations of our soft biology are simply suggestions, something we choose to upgrade past. This is the core promise of transhumanism, a deliberate merger between flesh and technology. We're talking about fundamentally redesigning what it means to be human, an idea that has captivated thinkers from Ray Kurzweil to modern bioethicists alike. Think beyond simple corrective surgery. Picture memory implants capable of instant recall, or neural links that allow direct access to data streams, turning the individual mind into a portable supercomputer. Already, today's advanced prosthetics can operate with levels of nuance and strength that were mere sci-fi art just a generation ago, restoring abilities in ways that defy nature itself. But the vision goes further. We might see enhancements allowing us to process multiple languages simultaneously or extend our operational lifespan far beyond what aging currently dictates. It asks us to stare into the glass wall separating man from machine and decide if what lies on the other side is an evolution or a loss of self. The pursuit isn't just about fixing broken parts. It's about maximizing potential, asking, how much better can we be? The sheer velocity of our push into the cosmos is breathtaking. We are no longer talking about flags planted by astronauts. We're discussing genuine habitation, the concept of humanity becoming a multiplanetary species. Martian settlement, perhaps since the dawn of civilization, has been the ultimate dream. The early missions were dominated by government agencies and geopolitical rivalries, but today, space colonization is being driven by an incredible blend of global private enterprise and renewed scientific urgency. Imagine a permanent outpost on the Red Planet, sustained entirely by local resources and human ingenuity. To make this leap requires more than just rockets. It demands revolutionary leaps in closed-loop life support, sustainable biodomes, and radiation shielding capable of protecting multi-generational colonizers. While Mars remains a monumental engineering challenge, especially recreating Earth's delicate biosphere under low gravity, the conversation has fundamentally shifted from visiting to living. The promise isn't just reaching another world, it's guaranteeing the survival and expansion of human civilization itself. The conversation inevitably moves away from theoretical science and focuses on practicality. It's about survival skills for a rapidly changing world. We can no longer assume the global infrastructure we know will remain stable. Resilience will become our most valuable asset. This means shifting power generation radically toward hyperlocal grids, relying less on massive cross-country pipelines, and more on neighborhood solar arrays or tidal microgenerators that adapt to regional climate shifts. Furthermore, food security demands a revolution in how we farm, pushing us rapidly toward controlled indoor environments. Think vertical farms using hydroponics rather than vast monocultures susceptible to drought, like the struggles seen in parts of Kenya recently. The challenge isn't just surviving extreme heat or rising sea levels. It's rebuilding a society that trusts decentralized systems over fragile centralized ones. We must master skills that have been forgotten, from rainwater catchment engineering to deep knowledge of regional indigenous crops, robust enough to handle erratic weather patterns predicted by models like those from the IPCC. Ultimately, future humanity won't be reliant on global supply chains managed from single hubs. We will thrive in smaller, interconnected communities capable of self-sufficiency, using everything from advanced atmospheric water capture machines to simple, well-maintained manual tools. Imagine a world where death is no longer an absolute end. This idea, known as mind uploading or digital immortality, suggests that our consciousness, the essential spark of who we are, could actually exist outside the fragile confines of our biology. The theory posits that if we can map the entire intricate network of connections in our brains, the complete connectome of a person like yourself, we might then be able to simulate it on a powerful enough computer substrate. It's not just scanning memories. Proponents believe we're talking about capturing the asterisk pattern of thought itself. Scientists and futurists are already grappling with practical steps, suggesting that highly advanced neurotechnology, perhaps requiring breakthroughs analogous to mapping the human genome in the early 2010s, might be necessary first. Picture a version of you running on quantum hardware, a digital self capable of experiencing life without physical decay. Of course, this raises deep questions. Is the simulated consciousness truly you asterisk, or is it just a perfect copy? But for those gazing beyond our lifespan, upload concepts offer a breathtaking if terrifying vision of perpetual existence. When we talk about the future, it's easy to focus on breakthrough technology, but we must also confront scenarios of societal breakdown. What happens when the invisible scaffolding holding civilization up starts to buckle? The most profound breakdowns rarely arrive with a bang. More often, they are preceded by a slow erosion of trust and shared belief. Think back to periods like the Dust Bowl in the 1930s, where environmental catastrophe didn't just impact crops, it shattered the American myth of infinite prosperity, forcing thousands to confront brutal realities on dusty roads. When state institutions fail, whether due to conflict, resource depletion, or pandemics, the immediate void is economic, but ultimately it's a vacuum of shared meaning. History shows us that self-organization emerges in these gaps. Local communities become the primary source of law and survival. We see this pattern repeating, from the breakdown of centralized authority during the Roman Empire to modern examples of civil unrest, where basic needs like food or clean water become currencies more valuable than currency notes. The critical question isn't asterisk if asterisk the contracts will break, but how resilient our human cooperation is when everything we rely on, the supply chain, the grid, the government promise, vanishes overnight. It's a concept that sounds like utopian sci-fi, a world powered entirely by fusion batteries and orchestrated logistics networks where clean water flows to every corner and nutrient synthesizers eliminate famine. If we conquer scarcity, what are humanity's final frontiers? The great promise is freedom from work as we know it, but this liberation presents an unexpected existential crisis. Suddenly, purpose itself becomes the only valuable resource. Think of the early days after automation takes hold, when professional roles vanish overnight, leaving billions with infinite leisure time. A profound vacuum opens up. Instead of needing money to survive, we start by needing asterisk meaning. The things that once required hours in an office now require intellectual dedication just to sustain interest. Our ultimate challenge won't be building utopia, it will be crafting individuality within it. Will humanity fall into a hedonistic stasis, or will we rediscover the deep human need for collaboration, the ability to gather around a shared dream, whether that's quantum physics or performance art? The next evolution of man isn't defined by technological capability, but by the quality of our questions. But as we gaze into the limitless possibilities of superintelligence, gene editing, and interstellar travel, we run headlong into humanity's oldest problem: how to govern power. The challenge isn't technical, it's profoundly existential. We are dealing with technologies so potent, like fully autonomous AI systems or CRISPR gene therapies, that they fundamentally rewrite what it means to be human, yet the legal and ethical frameworks we currently possess struggle to keep pace. So, who rules this future? Will it be corporations driven by quarterly profits, nation-states racing for geopolitical advantage, or perhaps a global consortium of scientists and philosophers working toward radical transparency? Many experts warn that without proactive international treaties, think of something modeled after the 1972 Nuclear Nonproliferation Treaty, but applied to bioengineering, we risk creating deep divides unimaginable today. We need ethical guardrails built not just in code, but in global consensus and accountable governance. Because history shows us repeatedly that the tools are always ready before our wisdom is fully formed. It means the decisions we make right now, on questions of oversight and equitable resource distribution, will define whether this spectacular future remains a pillar of shared humanity or a brittle structure owned by the few. The path forward isn't pre-written by AI or dictated by physics. It is defined by the choices we make right now. The future of humanity isn't about achieving perfection. It's about finding our resilience in the messiness of change. What do you think we need to adapt next?